From downtown Scranton, this is Northeast Current. WQPX invites you to join us as we explore public affairs, current events, and arts and culture in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Now, let's meet today's guests on Northeast Current.
Welcome to Northeast Current. I'm your host today, Bernie Mayapolsky. And if you're one of the millions of Americans that are going to be traveling this Memorial Day, are you tire smart? Did you know that 14% of the calls, according to AAA on Memorial Day, are because of flat tires? And so as a special treat for our viewers today, I have a special guest, Robert Borys from the Firestone store at the Viewmont Mall. Welcome, Robert.
Hey, thanks, Bernie. Appreciate you having me.
Thanks for coming. This is a perfect time because I know a lot of people travel over the holidays, right?
Absolutely.
And as I've just learned that a lot of the calls are because of tires, and it's not just the you know, the flat tires. There's a lot of other problems. If you take a long drive with your tire, for example, and let's say they're not properly aligned, you might wear them down a heck of a lot faster, right, on the way to Grandma's house than just your daily grind.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely something before traveling. If you can, definitely get to an auto shop that you trust. Just have the vehicle looked at. Make sure that there's no hidden problems prior to, taking that long trip. Irregardless, proper tire safety. Once a month, take a look at the treads. If there's any irregular wear, definitely, concern and factor. Check the air pressure. Once a month, the tires, with the weather changing, fluctuates.
Okay.
You lose a pound a month.
So it could lose a pound a month. So if you're not going to get, let's say you're not getting a chance to get to an auto store before you go, which we definitely highly recommend you do, but once a month.
Absolutely.
So give me an example of how to check my tire pressure.
An example? Well, a common misconception. A lot of people look at the sidewall of the tire and that says maybe 52 psi.
Okay.
Which is not correct for your vehicle. The correct way to identify the right pressure for your tires on your car, if you open the driver door, there's a little placard that'll say, front tires, rear tires, and what the air pressure is supposed to be set at. So what you want to do is, go ahead and open that driver door, look on the placard, identify, make sure the fronts and rears are either the same or different pressures. Some cars have different. Start by taking the valve cap off. You have a little pressure gauge like this one here. And, just check it as the stick comes up. If you're supposed to have 33 pounds, if you're over, you may want to let some out. And if you're under, you may want to add some. The right time to actually check the pressures would be when they're cold or about 3 hours after you stop driving.
Oh, so you don't really just drive up to a, gas station and you see the tire.
Well, you could.
Air there you could, but it might not be exactly right unless you hadn't been driving for very much.
Correct, Bernie. Yeah, if you have 33, let's say, maybe on your door placard, you pull up, you may want to put in 36 to 37, because as the tire cools down, that air shrinks back down. It'll be perfect, as per that placard.
Now, what about, so that's a good, interesting point, because then sometimes, because it changes, and then all the new cars, right, have a sensor?
Right.
And so then the sensor, so do we still need to check your tire pressure even if you have the sensor?
You do. It's great that the new cars have it. Definitely don't ignore that light. It's telling you that there's a problem. It could just be that you need a little bit of air. It could be that you have a slow leak, and if you're just ignoring it, you don't want to get halfway to work or a doctor's appointment or to pick up a child
or all the way to Grandma's house, halfway
for Memorial Day
to Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Right. Yeah. Don't ignore it. Take a look at it. Normally, it won't let you know there's a problem until about 25% below where it's supposed to be.
So can you tell it's under deflated just by looking at it, or no?
You can't. That's not a good indicator. No.
So, but people probably try to do that.
Yeah, they take a look at it. I know everybody's so busy anymore. One of the things that are neglected, is the automobile, and having the tire meeting the road. That's the only physical part. Touching the road. It goes through a lot of different conditions. I mean, the snow, the ice in the winter, the cold temperatures.
Yeah.
And if you're traveling to Grandma's and it's hot in the summer, different extreme. So you definitely want to maintain a good tire, a safe tire, so that you get there safe with your family.
It's a little off topic, but maybe it's not too far off, but I read that 99, maybe 0.9% of the gas you burn in your car basically is because of the friction in the road on the tire. If there were no such thing as friction, or if you had a car in a vacuum, you basically could just drive all the way to California with hardly any energy needed at all.
Yeah, the tire pressure plays a big role in your fuel economy. If you're going on a long trip, You definitely want to get the most of your money, especially if you're going to be burning some stuck in traffic, which I hope when you're going to Grandma's you're not stuck in any traffic.
You're taking 81, which is usually not so congested, instead of 95, which is usually much more congested.
But starting at that first pound that you're below what the manufacturer asked, to keep in the tire, your fuel economy starts to drop there.
So when it's under. Your fuel economy drops. How about if it's over? Does that?
Well, you don't want to overinflate the tires either. If you overinflate the tires in the middle of the tire, you will see rapid wear.
Okay.
And then you're going to end up replacing the tire a little sooner than you'd like to.
Now, how about an alignment? Can you, if you know your car needs an alignment if it's pulling, is that you just figure wait till it's pulling and then you know you need an alignment?
Yeah, Bernie, that's another common misconception with the automobile also. The tires, when you do your monthly safety check, look at them, make sure that they're evenly worn all the way across on all 4 tires. If you start to see uneven wear, maybe on the inside, the outside, or a choppy wear, the tire may be telling you either there's something going on with the suspension on the car or that the alignment's out. Good key point to do when you're checking the air pressure. Maybe turn that front wheel so that you can see the entire surface instead of just what's exposed in the wheel well. Now look on the inside. If it's worn pretty heavily, the alignment may be out. Even though you're driving straight, the tire might not be. So that's definitely a good thing before a long trip or just daily driving. Yeah, if it's not pulling, Bernie, but you think the alignment's good.
Yeah.
If they're running together, it's going to cancel the angle, no pull. If they're running away from each other, again, no pull. But if everything's kind of shifted left or right,
then you get the pull.
Exactly.
But that's why it will wear out unevenly if it has it.
Right.
So how do you know how much how much wear there is? Is there a?
Well, that's another good question as far as when do I have to replace my tires or should I replace my tires? A good indicator, and I brought a tire here.
You got a tire here.
I did. There's a wear bar inside the tread grooves here. That's going to mark 2/32 of an inch, which is
a wear bar.
A wear bar. Yeah, it's right down in here, Bernie. See that right there? That's letting you know that...
This bar straight across?
Yes.
This?
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
so it's on its different spots?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll stagger them throughout the tire. That's letting you know that that's 2/32 of an inch.
Okay.
Brand new may come through at an 11. So out of the 11 brand new, where do you fall? Quick and easy test if you're not sure. You can either just take a look at the wear bar. I brought this penny here. If you were to turn it upside down, pinch like this between your fingers, and you put it inside the groove there.
Yeah.
If any part of Lincoln's head is down in the tread, you should be okay. I mean, definitely get a second opinion on the tire. But if you can see his entire head, time for new ones.
If you can see all of Lincoln's head, let's see Lincoln here.
Yeah, there's not much there.
Oh, okay, if you see under his beard,
I'll let you give it a try.
Okay.
And then another good point, just as far as you check the air pressures once a month regularly, and you want to get it into a car care professional to have it looked at. The sidewall is important. I know there's a lot of potholes that we have in the area, and I know that they go through a lot of different terrain. Check the sidewall. I mean, if there's any cuts and you can see fabric or any bulges, definitely time to have it replaced. Looking at it yourself once a month when you're checking your air pressures. Great opportunity to check the outside, but how do you check the inside?
How do you check the inside?
You have to bring it into a shop, get it up in the air, and just make sure that there's nothing hidden before you're headed to Kalamazoo with
just
the kids to see Grandma.
And you get stuck somewhere in Indiana.
Yeah.
What about rotating the tires? That's a good thing to do once in a while, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We would suggest about every 5,000 miles, bring it in for the rotation.
So rotate it. That's a good time to get it checked and then rotate it.
Right.
It's kind of inexpensive. It helps them wear evenly.
It is, yeah. Most automotive providers like us, when you purchase the tires through us, the rotations are free, and we like to see you. Every 5,000 miles, come see us, Bernie.
You have coffee there and everything?
We do have
some coffee, get my tires
We have
rotated.
a TV,
watch
and everything. Ion.
I could watch Ion. Bet I could watch some Ion TV.
You could.
Probably have a men's room and a ladies' room and everything.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we have a mall, Viewmont Mall, so you can stop if there's any shopping you have. Yeah. Get Grandma something nice.
Get the tires rotated.
Yeah.
Check everything out.
And we'll take a look, make sure that you guys are safe. We'll change the oil for you.
Yeah.
We give you a complimentary, brake check when the tires are off, let you know, make sure everything's wearing well, kind of give you a gauge as far as, how long do you have? Do you have maybe 2 more rotations, 3 more rotations before you need the brakes? That
Okay.
way, you know, you have a good gauge of.
That's a good way to do it. Just get your tires rotated, get all that done. I usually do
Check
when I
the
get my
air.
oil change. I like to have the tires rotated. So
That-
let's say I come in, I have one tire that's not so great, and you know I'm kind of out of a budget. Can I change one tire? Do I have to change all four? What do you recommend?
Well, it does come down to the vehicle that you're driving. If you have to buy one tire and that's, you know, all you can get that day, we'd suggest to put it in the rear of the vehicle,
Okay.
paired with a tire that would have the second most tread.
The rear, huh? I would have
The
thought
rear.
it was the front. I always thought, but it's the rear.
It's
you
the
said.
back. Yeah, just for the fact that I know you'll say maybe your car's front-wheel drive and that's
Yeah.
what you heard over the years, but put it in the rear, safer if you hit you know, heavy rain or if you're driving in the snow. You're going to drive to the ability of the front tires, and you can steer those.
Okay.
In the back, you can't do
So
anything
you'll
with them.
fishtail out if you don't have a good.
Yeah, you don't want to hit a
So you-
guardrail or another
Oh,
driver.
right. You could just hydroplane and spin right around.
Right.
Very good information. You know something else? I just recently got a new car, and I don't think I have a spare.
Yeah, most
That's a
new
new
cars,
trend?
they're optional, which is something that you would assume.
I mean, not even a donut.
No. You'll open the trunk and, you know, you're kind of already upset that you have a flat and you're running late for, you know, that important event. Then there's a can of Fix-A-Flat, which it's not a permanent fix by any means, but if you have a sidewall, you know, damage there or the hole's too large,
Right.
it won't even get you to a service station. So then you're calling for a tow truck.
Yeah. So
Unfortunately,
I
yeah.
bet you people just don't know how to change tires anymore.
It's one of those things that you don't, you take for granted that everybody can do.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, most cars, they're optional anymore, the spare tires. I would say for a lot of the viewers, if you do have a spare, check before you go on the trip, or just
right.
if you
Check
have
your
the
spare
time.
too, because if you think you're, oh, well, I'm lucky when I have a spare.
Right, yeah, if you were lucky
That's
for
not full
6,
either.
7, 8 years, maybe
Yeah.
no flat tires, how much air is in your spare tire, Bernie?
Correct.
You're going to be having 2 flats.
That's correct. I had my last car, never had to change a tire, and then, I mean, I had to get new tires, but myself, and then I had to put the donut on.
Yeah.
And all my kids are with me, all of them, which is like a rare thing. I have all 3 together. All of them got to watch me change a tire
Wow.
in the cold, and it was a good learning experience. First of all, here's how you do it. Second of all, see why I always tell you wear a coat? Even though you say you're just going to be in the car?
Right.
Because now the car's got a flat tire, and we're outside in the cold. So luckily, you know, we're in civilization. What if we were far from civilization and, you know, and we had a
flat tire?
A flat tire and a flat spare. Now we're all going to be cold, so.
Yeah, something cool actually, Bernie. I brought this tire for
Yeah.
one reason.
Let's see it.
It's a Bridgestone Driveguard.
All right.
This particular tire here, you can put on most, you know, vehicles that would be a Honda Civic, you know, a passenger car.
Okay.
Not rated for heavy vans or trucks.
Okay.
But something really cool about this one here, if you were to get a flat tire,
All right.
and now you need to have that tire pressure monitor system working to have them,
Okay.
so that way you know you have a flat, because typically these will handle so well when the tire has zero pressure moment, which is no air in it.
Basically a flat tire, right?
Exactly. You can actually drive up to 50 miles.
50, 5-0?
5-0.
Wow.
Yeah, for about, you know, 50 miles at about 50 miles an hour. I'm not saying definitely
Don't
go
push
50.
it, right? Somebody will be watching. Well, we see. I'm almost going to make it. Like
Yeah, don't
driving
try
a
to set a
donut for
record
month.
with it, but I mean, if you're in a questionable area,
Sure.
or you know, you're stuck on that bridge and you're crossing,
Sure.
and there's no room, no shoulder to pull over, and now you're in an unsafe condition with the family, this will get you either to the service station,
You'll know
or,
that it's flat because of the monitor.
and you check your air pressures once a month.
But you don't, doesn't look flat. It's just going.
Well, yeah, it's not going to show you, again, you know, looking at it from
How
the
does it
side of
do
the
it?
vehicle. The inside there, they made it, it's reinforced in the shoulder block there to support the weight of the car.
Wow.
They have some cooling fins on the side there to keep all that friction that you were telling me about, the
Yeah.
poor gas mileage.
Right.
Keep the temperature of the tire as low as that could be. And then at that point, you know, just drive on it. It'll handle just
Sure.
about as
I mean,
well
in our
as
area,
if it
50
was
miles
inflated.
can usually get you pretty much anywhere.
Right.
If you're driving in our area.
Exactly. I'm sure
That's
there's a lot
pretty
of,
interesting.
you know, dead space in between here and Kalamazoo.
There probably is, but between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre and
Yeah.
those points around, usually 50 miles will get you to the closest Firestone anyway.
And that's the Bridgestone
You'd make it all the
Driveguard.
way to Firestone.
You
even.
could.
I would go right
You can
there
drive
if it
from
was-
one to the
I'd
next.
recommend
And
to the Viewmont Mall one.
we're all over the country too. So if you're in an area that's not near Scranton, we have Wilkes-Barre and over 2,000 locations all over the United States.
Full car service.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
So Robert, this has been very enlightening to me. I learned a few things today. I hope our viewers did too, I think.
I hope so.
I definitely did. So any last words for our viewers?
For the viewers, I would say, everyone's going to be traveling, whether it's your grandma's at Kalamazoo or a beach trip. Maybe they're taking the kids to Disney for the first time. And take me with you if there's any extra room.
I'll take a plane if we're going to go to Disney. But hey, we're driving.
Yeah.
We're talking about your auto safety here.
I know. Definitely, I would say to get the vehicle in just for a general checkup, including the tires.
Yes.
At your local Firestone Complete Auto Care or automotive shop, just to make sure there's no hidden problems and that you guys will get there, safe and sound and as planned.
That sounds great. Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, Bernie. Thank you very much.
A lot. And you stay right with us because we'll be right back after a break. You ready? You're going to be the spokesperson for Firestone nationwide, I think. Welcome to Northeast Current.
So we can edit out some of the blurps.
Memorial Day. I wonder if you know and how much. Start over. Are you tire smart? That's what I want to say. Screech is a couple of I did. Zach! He's going to be good. He's going to be the spokesperson for. That was my clap. She says, give me all these questions. That's great.
You want some of these over here?
I wrote them. I wrote 3 of them down over there, and then this would be good. No,
that's a tread depth gauge. You can have that one, Bernie.
I could?
You can have that one.
Thank you. I like that.
And you can have the little thing, the air pressure gauge. Yep.
She's giving me all these questions. That's great.
I know.
We got gifts.
There you go.
Maybe they'll give us a couple free oil changes too.